you're tri-laning against probably the best tri-lane hero. Like, I think that Sven, the reason why he's so good is he's unmatched in that regard. I guess the idea is that they're hoping that Zai wins top, and Medusa almost always beats all into Core's mid because her Snake.
And how is that going right now? 11-2 for the Death Prophet, so not a great start for the 7-1. But it should get better as you get level 2 and level 3 Mystic Snake, right?
Yes, but I mean, conceivably, if PSG LGD play their cards win 3 lanes, and there's been a lot of questions as to how you're supposed to beat Team Secret, and this would be one of the ways. That's how TNC did it in their second game against them.
Outreading them a bit and winning in lanes?
Yes.
They do have the Mars versus Doom matchup at top lane, where, as you said, Mars feels like he should be able to come out on top. He's just got better farming mechanisms, and his physical damage can kind of wear the Doom down.
I mean, you have good harass.
Just managed to get the lucky shot onto the Storm follow-up with the Stormbolt as well as this ensnare. They might be able to grab mid one. They're going to turn, try and finish off Ame as well. That's okay, but now they're going to get X-Nova as well, as Puppey's willing to dive that tower with all the armor that he's got there. I don't think Ame was too sad about dying, just being able to reset, but the fact they got 2 for 1 to the favor of Secret, it's going to be quite unfavorable for LGD.
But Nisha in this mid lane, struggling just a bit. Almost does get quite low, but ultimately walks it off. And this bottom lane, the Sven needs levels though. And they had to be more careful there. Ame just hard committed to the kill on the Storm, and that's where the Storm's high base armor is going to help him out a little bit.
He really did trust like the fact like, oh, I've got Warcry, like I should be tanky enough, but oh, catching, that's the perfect hero to catch out of position here. X-Nova a little bit too far forward, gets telekinesis back, and there's not much that PSG LGD can do in return. They get some damage on a mid one, but he will definitely be fine. If anything, FY needs to be able to juke into the trees here, but Puppey just stays right on top of him. He can't not get away from the captain of Team Secret.
I can't believe this tri-lane is doing as well as it is. If you think about it, Storm really, you don't have a stun. You're just kind of slowing people with your nuke out.
Yeah.
He hasn't hit a remnant on anybody, but it's that PSG LGD continue to try, especially onto the Storm. I mean, I guess if I think about it, Ogre plus Storm, that's not an easy combo to kill. It'd be Yapsor that you'd have to go on.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
And how can you really get to that back line? Especially since Pango's not going to offer you the best tri-lane either. He does manage to get another lucky shot proc. Fortunately, there's the Yapsor who TP'd in, but oh, maybe he really wants to go for this kill. He knows Nisha's entirely out of mana. One last Crypt Swarm will secure it, and he's got plenty of extra bits of regen, so he should be fine here. He's got 2 stick charges as well as the Fairy Fire. And FY, he's going to hope for, well, maybe not, actually. Death Prophet's just a bit too low to go for that second kill on Yapsor.
And during that time, even though the Doom, very slightly losing in CS, did get the solo kill. A little bit of a surprise there. We didn't get to see how that happened, but...
I mean, the maxed out Infernal Blade, he doesn't even go for the second level of Devour, which makes the regen rate go from 3 to 8. He's already super value level. He just went all offense.
And because of the fact that he killed the solo offlaner who was doing well for himself, he's already level 6 as bottom lane. FY gonna get gone on.
Warcry going out, but immediately just beaten down. FY is gonna be fire blasted to death, and Ame, once again, cannot protect his supports.
Shaman went for the pull there. Just an absolute rough lane now. And I mean, we thought that, or I thought that PSG LGD could reasonably win 3 lanes, especially with the start that they had getting the first blood.
Yep.
They get over-aggressive one too many times. Zai gets a solo kill. Mid lane is still going pretty well for them as we did see the DP kill the Medusa and get the solo XP for it, but I mean, if you are going to lose a lane, the Dusa one is fine because she has the triangle to farm. And it's actually Zai that opts to skip his level of Doom right now. It's being a little bit greedier. And this is what we were talking about, like the greediness of Secret, not forcing anything. This is probably the team that uses the least amount of smokes in the early game.
Yep.
The only time I ever see them do it is really to ward.
As you can see, PSG LGD are actually going to go for it in early smoke themselves. They're going to get a ward in that triangle area where they know the Medusa is eventually going to start farming up Ancients, playing the high ground here to be able to catch Yapsor as he rotates over. Should be a pretty easy kill with the shackles. YapzOr is going to be able to get the Fate Bolt. That'll slow down a lot of the damage, but FY still holding on to the Swashbuckle. Doesn't actually hit him, but it doesn't matter. They still get the kill. Now potentially dive here in the mid lane. The Exorcism goes out, and maybe he's just going to run down Puppey inside the trees. Puppey trying to juke it out as best as possible. Doesn't manage to get the creeps to block in the Death Prophet for him. Now Death Prophet's stuck. Eventually they do kill Puppey, yes, but there's no way for maybe to get out. What a trap set by Puppey as he just makes a little loop-de-loop around there in the trees.
And this is what T-Governor said yesterday about Secret Style, is you don't have to make any plays. Let them go on your heroes that are just naturally tankier. They'll try to go for dives under the tower. People can just TP in at that point. That's the only rotation you have to make. You don't have to bring everybody to do so. And this is how you just slowly outbreed the enemy team. You saw LGD's 2 supports go for a smoke. They get a kill on Rubik, but they try to make other plays. They're denied. Their DP goes for the all-in on a Puppey.
Now
all of a sudden,
Secret is close to having top 3 CS.
It happens in a hurry with this team, and it's so scary. Because I'm sure PSG LGD felt so good in the early run.
A lot of magic damage here. Ame going to be body blocked a bit by Puppey. There is going to be X-Nova finally joining this safe lane and putting some damage out. But as you said, these 2 heroes, specifically the Ogre and the Storm, just seem to be too tanky. Really making it so the Shadow Shaman's high base damage, who's sits at 84 right now, just seems to tickle these 2 heroes.
Gets harder once mid one hits level 6. He'll be the rotator for his team as FY invised up behind YapzOr, trying to make something happen, but YapzOr looks like he knows what's up. And during this time, they just continue to farm. FY sees the courier pass by, but can't do anything about it, and he just continues to waste time as everyone from Secret continues to just farm up. No one in this top lane.
You could tell YapzOr really is very suspicious of what's going on right now. I mean, there's no exorcism. He could run forward and just Fate Bolt the creep wave, pull it off the tower. Doesn't even bother to risk that much. It's a good thing, too, because FY was hitting right on top of him.
In all this time, all 3 cores continue to farm that bottom lane.
Gonna try, oh, managed to get the spear onto the Medusa, but she's super tanky, especially with the nerfed wall damage. Chalice is not gonna be able to do enough, and now they're gonna turn onto him. With the maxed out Infernal Blade, Zai can just keep on running down Chalice, and there's no real way for him to escape unless he gets a really good spear onto the Doom and survives that Mystic Snake, and he will.
It's gonna be a 33 HP hero getting out of the way as Puppey, gonna deny mid tower, knows that it ultimately no longer belongs to them.
Does mean that Secret may be able to control this top bounty. In fact, they're all moving up here now to go for Ame. It looks like they're going to pull him back, get the Doom onto him. Now, the rest of LGD is not too far away, but it looks like they're just doing too much damage. The percentage-based Infernal Blade